Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. Literally, I'm speaking in the 90 more template and studio. So make sure you check out my second channel, 90 more. It is up and running. I've I've uploaded a couple of stories. Rafael Varane, Jadon Sancho. I think I've also uploaded one around Lacotele. So make sure you check out. The studio looks like this, just like this. And I'm doing a lot of upgrades on both channels. So sorry for the poor quality. I'm upgrading. But let's talk about a couple of Arsenal departures. We're starting with Runason. It's been confirmed by Charles Watts a couple of hours ago that actually Alexander Runason, I don't know who named him that. He's called Alex Runason, is close to leaving Arsenal. He's in talks over a move to Altayspor in Turkey, as reported by Engine. Deal is still to be finalized, could be even permanent. So apparently, I've seen this with football.london as well. The club, at first wanted to initiate a loan deal with Arsenal, that is Altayspor, and then finally probably could propose a permanent deal in the future. So my thoughts on Runason leaving before we go to the likes of Ainsley, Maitland-Niles, and Joe Willock. I think signing for Arsenal in the first place, however much it was recommended by the goalkeeping coach, it was a big mistake. Look, this guy is 25 years of age. He looks like a young kid, just like me probably, but he's not young. He's 25 years of age. And 25 years of age, a goalkeeper, I mean, you've written your statement. You've really showed us who you're going to be, and I think he's just not Arsenal quality. He's not the level. He was, I think, a second goalkeeper at Dijon. Then he comes as a backup goalkeeper to Banleno. It was ridiculous, and Mikel said in one press conference that the mistakes they made last summer, probably because they did have the money, should be rectified in this summer. So Runason is leaving the club to go to Altayspor in Turkey. I wish him all the best. I don't have any problems with him. I think it was not us. It was not Runason's problem to sign for Arsenal. Not his problem whatsoever. It was our transfer policy. It was Edu. It was Mikel, and the goalkeeping coach that actually recommended the services of Alexander Runason. Ridiculous signing. One of the worst I've ever seen in my life. But I cannot condemn him. He's an Arsenal player, so we've got to back them. So he's leaving for Altayspor on the coming days. And that is very, very, very confirmed by Charles Watts. Now, this is according to Duncan Castles, and he says, actually not according to Duncan Castles, this is according to Sky, and they're saying Arsenal are listening to offers for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Joe Willock, and Reiss Nelson, with all three having just 2 years left on their deals or contracts. So apparently, Reiss Nelson is wanted by Olympiacos. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, I've not heard of any interest from any club. Joe Willock, Newcastle is interested. My honest thoughts are Joe Willock will stay with the club. I think he will not go because Arsenal are currently asking for more than £30 million, and I think Newcastle will not pay that. I don't think even Southampton, who have always admired the player, will pay that. So my humble opinion, if you would allow me to share it, is Willock will stay. I think Willock will stay with the likes of Lokonga as the backup midfielders, at the club. Then Ainsley Maitland-Niles, this guy's future is very uncertain. I think any money that comes in that is considered as the right bid, he will leave the club. And in my opinion, I would sell Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Look, he's a versatile player, and that's why many people like about him. And I like, I like it of him as well. Very versatile. You could use him as a midfielder. You could use him as a right back, as a left back. He's a very versatile player. But if you have Nuno Tavares now signing in as a backup left back, and then you have a new right back also signing in, then in my opinion, you let Ainsley go. I mean, he's not decided as a player. He's not getting any younger. 2 years left on his contract. You could get decent money out of him. He's English after all. And I don't think he's the worst player. So Arsenal could raise around 10 million or 15 million euros, pounds in the selling of Ainsley. So I would sell Ainsley and probably, let him decide on his career elsewhere because he wants to play as part of the midfield. His standards as a midfielder are so bad that Leicester City, Wolves cannot use him as a midfielder. He's going to play as a midfielder at West Brom, and this is not West Brom. This is Arsenal Football Club. So Ainsley, honestly, real thoughts, I would let him go. Joe Willock, I've told you, with Reiss Nelson, he's selling his house in England, and that actually caused a lot of fear and speculation that probably a deal is done between him and a deal is agreed between him and Olympiacos. But the truth is, no deal has been agreed. However, Olympiacos is very interested, like really interested in the player. A couple of English clubs are also interested in Reiss Nelson, a big talent. Arsenal are still fighting as much as they can to get him to sign a new contract, and then after that they want to send him out on loan. He's a real talent, he has real potential. If we sell him at this point in time, I don't think we will get money we deserve, honestly. Let me just follow Gary Neville here, right? So I don't think we will get money we deserve because he has had two of his last, seasons very silent. Last season, was he even at Arsenal? Yes, he was. Did we see much of him? No, we didn't. So I think if you're going to sell a player like Reiss Nelson, you give him out on a loan on a season, he does well, then you get real value. You can really evaluate how much he's worth. At the moment, someone could give you 5, 6, 8, 10 million. Is he worth it? We don't know. And actually, I don't know the real valuation. Even in my head, I don't have the real valuation of Reiss Nelson because he's literally played no important minutes for Arsenal or for any other club. So Reiss Nelson, apparently, I would keep him at least for another year. Make sure he signs a new contract, extends a new contract by 3 years, making it 5. Then I would sell him next season after knowing his real value. With Eddie Nketiah, Sky have said Arsenal have tried to negotiate a new deal with him. It has failed. We have failed to find a resolution between us and the situation between us and the situation of Eddie Nketiah, and finally he's going to be leaving the club. Bayer Leverkusen is interested in the player, as well as Southampton, Crystal Palace, and West Ham. So those are as far as I know, those are the 4 clubs interested. 3 from England and 1 from Germany. Thoughts on Eddie Nketiah? Let me know down. Let me know down in the comments what you think. What I honestly think is non-Arsenal quality, and many people are gonna throw fire at me because he is young. Give him time, be kind, things like that. But I've looked at Nketiah. I'm not interested in his services, honestly. But it also depends on how much we are gonna get. 15 million, that is good money. 15 million pounds and above, I think that's good money. He could, for me, he can develop into a Danny Ings kind of player, or a Ricky Lambert, so that kind of player that can score 18 goals for Southampton, 15 goals for Southampton, 12 goals for Southampton. Because if you score 13 goals for Southampton, you keep them in the league. If you score 13 goals for West Brom, you keep them in the league. If you score 13 goals for Arsenal, you keep us in top 8. That is what we are trying to fight for. So I don't see him as an Arsenal player. I don't see the quality in him unless I'm wrong. So with Nketiah, very happy to leave. Alexander Lacazette, apparently, if you need an update on him, because you've been asking about Alexander Lacazette on the live show, what I understand is Arsenal are apparently willing to listen to offers for the player. Only if they are the right offers. Otherwise, he is set to stay at the club. So I think that is all with the departures. Anything you need to know, let me know down in the comment section, and we'll begin there tomorrow. Have a blessed night. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button as well, and you could tell me what you need to know and what I need to improve as well.